of when it's going to happen.
All right, a little more information. I guess it can sustain operations for up to 6 hours at a time. It has a bottom drop system, 22 water doors on this aircraft, and then a couple side drop systems, 4 water doors on each, I guess 2 on each side, 4 water doors on the side drop.
This could be it. It's leveling out. It's possible this is it.
If you look closely,
we see it leveling out a bit, and there's a couple of helicopters that may have been in the way. This could be the drop. It's certainly making a low pass for the first time right over Mount Wilson. It could be the first flyby, or it actually could be the drop. It's hard for us to see if it's this side of the mountain. If we come out of that shot, you see there are the antennas. And it looks like he just maybe making a flyby before he does the actual drop. But certainly getting some perspective and getting a good idea exactly what he needs to do with this drop that we believe he's going to make in a moment.
that tight shot that you had did give us a bit of perspective, Scott, because you could see how tiny, in perspective to the rest of the plane, the cockpit windows are.
Exactly.
So if you think that there's a pilot behind those windows, that's how gigantic that plane is, because the cockpit windows are quite small comparatively.
Pretty incredible.
Yeah, no, that aircraft is huge. That shot right there doesn't do it justice. And, you know, this was just speculation that the aircraft was going to drop on Mount Wilson. I don't believe we had any official information on that, and I bring that up now specifically because I see the aircraft continuing out towards the west away from Mount Wilson. So there's a possibility they took a look, like you mentioned, David, and Mount Wilson looks pretty good. The backfires that they lit there did the job. It doesn't look threatening at the moment, and possibly that aircraft's going to go drop on the other side of the fire, which would be somewhat tragic because I don't think we can get over to that side because of the flight restriction and how low the smoke is today. We're still waiting to see exactly how the aircraft's going to be used. If it continues that right turn, it will come back towards Mount Wilson, but this is as far west, probably a couple miles west of Mount Wilson, that we've seen him go since we picked him up, 10 miles east of Mount Wilson maybe 10, 15 minutes ago.
All right, well, since we've invested this much time in this, we're going to stick with this just a little bit longer, just in case, Scott, and we'll bring in Dallas Raines right now because at least we could watch your shot, Scott. We'll talk to Dallas right now about the weather conditions, and Dallas, I sense there's been a fairly significant change from yesterday to today?
There really has, David. We've increased the relative humidity significantly now over the fire area, which is good. It's still very hot, of course. Temperatures are running over 90 degrees, near 100 degrees. However, if you look now on your screen, we put up the live Megadoppler 7000 HD because we have lightning strikes. Dry lightning strikes are now occurring between Big Bear Lake and Crestline. We've had about 15 or 20 of those up there, and this is dangerous because we already have a critical fire situation going on. And when you add dry lightning, what we mean by dry lightning is there's probably not a lot of rainfall actually making it down to the surface from these lightning storms. Lightning, but not the rainfall to help out with the fire situation. So as you see that particular picture we have, as we watch the aircraft, we are also looking at now isolated dry lightning thunderstorms which are in that area. There's Running Springs getting lightning strikes right now, and they have had those about the past hour. So we're looking at a thunderstorm situation with dry lightning. And then south of that, we also see it near Temecula, southeast of Temecula, and then down into San Diego County. There was a powerful thunderstorm that was a severe thunderstorm warning down in San Diego County about an hour ago. That has diminished in intensity. But we're right back on that live Megadoppler 7000 HD storm shot, which shows the thunderstorm in progress right now near Running Springs. So this is a critical change in the weather picture. We've added humidity, but along with that humidity, we've added the possibility now of dry lightning strikes.
Right.
Not good.
No, not at all. We're hoping that this weather will clear a little bit, the smoke will clear a little bit, so we can keep an eye on this tanker that is doing some reconnaissance, trying to figure out where to drop its 60,000-pound load.
7,200 gallons. It's going to be an amazing sight, and that's why we're watching this, because it's also a rare sight that we are able to witness here live as Scott Reif is watching this from Air 7 HD as well. And Scott, what are your thoughts?
Well, it looks like he's coming right up on the towers right now on the north side of Mount Wilson. I'm not certain if this is going to be the drop.
There we
go.
go.
It goes. He's making the drop now, and, you know, from what we can tell, it looks mostly like water. And boy, look how long, and I know you look at that and say it doesn't look like that much, but that is a huge amount of water that was just dropped it on the north side of Mount Wilson, and we had to stay on the south side. We just didn't have any choice because of the restrictions and the smoke that we have today. But that was a massive drop, and more than likely we'll see more of those.
And this is a very, once again, just to re-emphasize, this is a very famous plane because it could play a huge role in fighting fires, and we're just going into fire season and expecting some Santa Anas within weeks, and this plane could be a key player in helping us fight these fires that could be in our future. Well, Scott Reif, thanks a lot for watching that with us and helping us through it. And we did get the shot finally, so it all paid off. And we're going to check back in with Scott in just a little while with another update on the fire.
All right, we'll be right back.